Leia! Leia!
Chip Smith, visionary, philanthropist, Hollywood royalty. Of course, we all know the story of Chip Smith, but who is the cat behind the name? In this documentary, you will learn about Chip Smith and how he became the richest actor in the world. This documentary will go in depth with Chip and his best friend, partner in crime, Cole Keady. You'll get to see their inseparable bond and the incredible body of work that blossomed from their friendship. You'll get to see never before released archive footage of Chip behind the scene, interviews of the cast and crew, an in-depth look at Chip's famous motion pictures. You also learn of Chip's tragic and sudden disappearance and the impact it had on the world. With only one question remaining, what really happened to Chip? Did he simply search for the easy life, or did the fame and fortune get to his head? These and many other questions will be explored and answered in The Life of Chip Smith.
Leia!
Okay. Alright. Let's see here. Are you guys kidding me? Really? You guys couldn't have gotten me a bigger chair? Come on, guys. Well, I guess zero budget, right? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Okay. Why did you guys get such a small chair? Okay, you know what? This is getting ridiculous, guys. Come on. I just cannot get this chair properly. Am I still in frame? Okay, good. I hope you guys are happy because I cannot sit in this chair, okay? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Okay, good. What am I supposed to talk about? How's it going, folks? My name is Chip Smith. I was the main actor, the head honcho of this film. I did this very early on in my career. As you can see, I'm a very young cat in this video. So basically, when this film came out, it was before, you know, the Marvel films that we see today, you know? Basically, the only thing that come out by this point was, like, The Incredible Hulk, and nobody even watched that one. That movie was awful. It basically paved the way for superhero movies over the next decade. It was the greatest movie to ever come out in the history of cinema. Or so it has been told to me. It's definitely not something that I just came up with all of a sudden.
Hello, today we're going to be showing 2 Catman episodes. Now that's what I call entertainment, folks.
Now, I still remember when the director, Cole Keady, came to me for this incredible film opportunity. I cannot thank him enough for launching my career and making me a multi-gazillionaire. How he even got me on the film in the first place, I don't even know how I was his first choice. At that point, I was just a basic stand-up comedian and barely even got my toes wet in terms of the acting scene, so to speak. And he was like, Chip, I have this great opportunity for you. I think it'll really revolutionize the acting scene, as it were, and just superhero movies in general. And I was like, well, I mean, God, how can you turn down a job like that? It's unlike anything I've ever heard of before.
In this show, Curious George is now getting the mayor. Uh-oh, that's not good, folks. That's not good. Okay, so let's start with the show. Right! Leia! At Catman's house. Meow, 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 meow. Uh-oh, that's the cat alarm. That means I gotta do some justice, man. And that's not good. Let's go do some justice. Now I'll see you at the trouble, folks.
So I was like, you know what? Sign me up. I will totally do this without even reading the script at all. And he was like, oh, that's the thing. There isn't a script. I mean, I was just blown away. I was like, this is... I don't even know how you're going to be able to pull this off, honestly. I was like, oh my God. You know, and I don't even think you can tell watching the video nowadays that there wasn't even a script. Like, my acting was so good that I don't even think you can, like, I don't know.
First episode. Catman. Hey, folks. Okay, so today we're going to be battling the evil Curious George. Oh my goodness, this guy is not good, folks. Not good.
What's my direction here? What else am I talking about?
You can talk about the acting.
I kind of already talked about that, but okay. So because this was my first film, I don't know if my acting was quite up to snuff.
Catman will never get me now. You called? Hey, Catman, what are you doing here? I'm just doing my job. That's my job, you know. Oh, did I just say that, folks? Oh, I'm so sorry.
I just thought there's no way we're going to be able to pull that off. But thanks to my improv coach, who I just have to give so many props for, because without that, I would never have been able to get my improv skills to the level,
Hey, that was my line. Kill him, please. Oh yeah, that's right. That's my job. Meow, 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 meow. Uh-oh, that's the cat alarm. That means somebody's in trouble. I better do some justice, folks.
Looking back on it now, it looks a little bit weird. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit better at improv now. I'm a little bit better at working on my feet, so to speak. So I've been told that the effects in this movie don't quite hold up to the effects of the modern era.
Pow! Oh! Oh! Kapow! Why do you keep on doing this to me? That's my job. I'm a bad guy, you know.
And let me just say to that, you're right. And let me say in response, I don't care. Those effects are awesome, okay? Those effects were so revolutionary for that time. Do you remember that crotch kick in that one scene? Oh, man. When I first saw that, I lost my mind, you guys. I was so just, whoa. Like, obviously, I can't do that in real life. I'm just a stuffed animal over here. I'm just a cat, okay? I can't do half the things that they showed in that movie. What is my arm doing right now? I don't know why it's just standing up like this. I've never seen it do that before. It looks like I'm dabbing. Look at this. What am I doing here? I'm trying to talk, and the stupid arm's in the way. Now, the cameo episodes were by far my favorite. Those first 3 episodes were filmed within 1 day. Yes, that's right. We filmed 3 short films in 1 day. Let's see Robert Downey Jr. do that. Okay, let's see anybody in the Marvel Cinematic Universe try that now. The effects were done with a very low budget of $0 and 0 cents. Let's try to see Marvel pull that off, okay? But either way, the cameo episodes were filmed about a month later when they were showing prelim screening results were coming back super positive. So they wanted to try to make it into a combined 3 mini films plus the cameo appearance. And I thought that was genius. I was like, sign me up. That sounds awesome. They brought in a camera person for the first time because the director was also the camera person. I don't even know why he thought that was a good idea, but he was like, well, we have a very short budget on these first 3 films. We're going to see how they go in the test screening, and then we'll bring in a camera person. So luckily for us, we were able to have the other actors like Chip and the weather person, and we were also able to have a cameraman who was able to get the amazing sweeping shots and the amazing close-ups that we wanted. We weren't tied down to the director/cameraman position that we were before. It was just a really awesome opportunity for the character of Catman to be able to have all these people working alongside of him. And I just couldn't be happier that we were able to do the cameo with such a respected actor as Snip.
And I figured it out with my good tasting. Of course you did, man. You're an expert. a superhero too. Yeah.
It was just such an honor. I'd seen him in countless other films like Catwork Orange and Catman Forever. He was actually in the later adaptation of Catman. Are we out of time? Okay. So the camera people are telling me that we're out of time, which is a shame because I could go on talking about this for 100,000 years, literally. I will not die because I am a cat, and cats don't die. Cats have 9 lives. I've already used up 1 filming the first 3 episodes of Catman because those were the most stressful times of my entire life. I think we are out of time, so I will say adios. See you folks later. And it was great talking to y'all today. And thank you for listening to what I have to say. And peace out.
Alright, and we're clear.
Oh, thank God. Oh, man. Okay. Somebody gave me my drink. Somebody? Anyone? How do I get this thing off?
Leia!
Where did it all begin with Chip?
Well, gosh, where do I even begin? I don't really remember, like, where I got him. It was really, I had a bunch of stuffed animals in my room when I was a kid, and I don't know how I picked him as my favorite. I think the first documented picture I have of him being my favorite was I took my mom's camera and was taking pictures of the kitty club. I put them all in front of a background of our refrigerator in our kitchen and put little letter tiles there and took spotlight pictures of each of them and put their names and put what they were and set them up in front of there. And one of the last pictures I took, it just said, Chip, my favorite Beanie Baby. That's the first documented picture I have of him. Thank God that my mom took pictures and she let me use her camera and her video camera, or else none of it would have really happened the way it did.
When did you film the Catman video?
So the Catman video was basically made for my grandma. And I was like, you know what? I want to do something special for her big day. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to do something I haven't done before. I have this kind of idea of making Chip a superhero. I figured, why not make a little home video about him, saving people, doing justice, as he says.
Catman. Hey, folks. Okay, so today we're going to be battling the evil Curious George. Oh my goodness, this guy is not good, folks.
I think I filmed it the day of her birthday. I remember when I was getting ready to make the video, I used my mom's video camera. This one here, the really old Canon, what is it, the XR830. This one records on mini DV cassette tapes, which this was 2008 or 9, back when nobody really had SD cards. This one actually has an SD card slot, but we definitely weren't using the SD cards. So I filmed it all probably within an hour. I didn't really even think about editing at all. I didn't really think about editing software. I just was like, you know what? I know how to close up the camera lens.
Da-da-da. Meanwhile, at Catman Lair.
I know how to point and shoot. That was basically all I did. I basically filmed all of it on my bed and was just moving all the stuffed animals around and having to move the camera around. I don't want to have somebody else film it for me, so I figured I'm just going to go and do this now. I still remember how awkward it was moving the camera and having to work both characters at the same exact time.
3 Beanie Babies in the back. Just like
They're all just piled.
What? They're just bodies, dude.
I basically thought up all of the plot lines as I was filming it, which, thinking about it now, from a story perspective, isn't really all that great, and that's why some of the lines are a little bit weird, but...
That's a cat alarm. That means somebody's in trouble. I better do some justice for
I don't know where I got the whole justice thing from.
Let's go.
Again, half of our stuff is borrowed from like mainstream like pop culture.
Now, Now for a bonus episode, folks. Isn't that great? In this episode.
I love that hard cut.
Just we just jump into all
Those comedic hard cuts are freaking great. We actually made 2 separate stories under the Catman name. The first one was filmed in July, and then about a month later in August or September, Tyler and Sophie came over and we filmed the second 2 movies.
I don't know, just kind of, it was just one big improv sesh of some kids that are just kind of picking up a camera and rolling with it. Thought that was kind of cool. That, like, I don't really know who else was doing that.
Oh, nothing. What's that sandal there for?
Okay, I remember this because I was the one who was controlling Curious George, and you were the one who was voicing him. I had to like pretend like I had to like mime it. Yeah.
Wow, that's some improv.
Later.
It's just.
Come back here! Come back here!
Fast work.
And then we also had Sophie there to film everything, and she could, handle the camera for us. And then, what do you remember from filming these?
I remember trying really hard to get the right angle and hold it as still as I could, but it was, watching it back, it was very shaky. And I remember this one time I was recording, I asked some questions. I was like, whispering, you can't be talking while recording.
Boy, that was strange. What's up with that? Oh, I don't know. What's what dot mean? Okay.
Alright, and then, how old were you when you did these?
I don't even remember how old I was. Was I like 5? 6?
Yeah, so we did these in 2009, so however old you were then.
That was like a long time ago, jeez. So I must have been like 6.
So you were 6? Okay.
Yeah.
What was it like being a camera person at 6 years old?
I was very proud of myself.
Come back here, you ugly piece of garbage.
Sophie's camera work was pretty subpar.
Alright, guys.
I love doing it. It was so much fun. I liked the characters in the film and watching it and just being a part of something.
Yeah.
That was a big.
Even though Tyler was very controlling over how things were
since
made.
you guys are like older than me, I wanted to be with the cool kids. So yeah.
It can only add up to the mayor. The mayor. You made it bad, Tyler. You made it bad, Tyler.
What?
The one thing that stands out to me with that second one, though, is this is around the time where I started, you could really hear my stutter. This is pretty painful. This is the height of the stutter.
A burglar broke into the president's house and murdered him.
Yep. There's some chubby hands there, Tyler.
Chubs.
Chubs! Hey man, someone's gotta do it.
But in these videos, Tyler was playing Prance off in the corner, and Sophie was filming, and then obviously I was playing the character of Chip, and we kind of traded off doing different voices for the different other characters, but I remember having a lot of fun making those with them, and I hope they had as much fun as I did, basically.
Turn around. See blood in your cape.
Yucky!
I hate that song.
I love it. It's my favorite line. Do you remember anything about the videos, and if so, what do you remember?
I remember, like, our Uncle Scott helping us out with editing them. I thought that was pretty cool.
I didn't really think about editing any of them, and plus they were filmed on cassette tapes, and I really didn't know of a way to get them onto a computer, so then I could edit them. So they basically just sat on a cassette tape. So I realized that my uncle actually knows how to edit those kind of videos. So I gave it to him. I gave him the cassette tape in hopes that he would, kind of trim it together and put it onto a DVD so I could watch it. And he really went above and beyond in making that happen. Not only did he edit them and put in some kind of cheesy effects, but he made a whole DVD menu. He burned DVDs for me and my cousins.
I remember you.
Scott's dank edits.
I remember you saying Scott's butchered it, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, he butchered the drawing, I thought, but it really wasn't.
He was probably doing us a favor.
Kapow!
I love that. I don't know where you got that graphic from.
Just some random Google search.
And it was really cool to see just this dinky little home video that I had made, and it turned into something so much more. And I still remember the first time I put the disc in, it was like a sense of, wow, I made this. And I think with those 2 videos, I think is really where everything kind of took off, because from there we stopped making the videos, but everything else creatively just kind of took off. We were playing with them more and more. I was taking Chip everywhere I went. What is a memory you have outside of the videos, like us just...
Dude, all the time. Like, I don't know, Beanie Babies were like our thing, I would say. I mean, I wouldn't really call... I don't think we referred to them as Beanie Babies. They're just, like, cats.
Mm-hmm.
I remember bringing Snip to, like, school and stuff, like, every day. That was, like, my... I'd pretend to be a cat at recess. I remember doing that. That would just be what we did. It was just fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right. What do you remember from the comics that we made?
Not a whole lot, but I wouldn't mind. Kitty comics? Was that what they're called? I totally forgot those were a thing, honestly. But is that what you have? Oh wow, of course you do. Why am I not surprised?
We started making comics with them called Kitty Comics, and those were a lot of fun to make.
Okay.
Do you want to look through that? Maybe some things will jog your
I
memory.
used to make like comics and stuff. I remember getting in trouble in school for doing that.
I basically went through all of my papers and was able to find basically every single paper with your writing on it.
I remember this. Too Cool from Taylor, it almost looks like. That's my penmanship. Kitty comics. That's my penmanship. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang. Oh my god. Oh wow. Of course, that's the first comic. It's a toilet joke. What? I haven't drawn in a long time, but all my characters have the same font, if that makes any sense. These are definitely Garfield inspired, and then this is getting some Weird Al elements in here. That's not Garfield inspired, I don't think, actually. It's kind of... I feel like that video game, Jack and Daxter, seems like where I get a lot of... that's where I pick up like the ears.
Mm-hmm.
I think I do, at least.
Yeah, you always drew the ears so huge. I was like, why is it...
I don't know. I thought they were sick.
I still remember specifically one time, it was my parents' 10th wedding anniversary. We were all together and we were making one. That one is fun because that one was made on my parents' anniversary. We were at the rec room.
This one?
Yeah. And then I remember we had Matthew help us draw the second.
That's definitely Yeah, that's Matthew. These feel like you know how you read the magazine?
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be the funnies, and they're just like so like overkill, like just like boomer jokes. That is I drew like one. Wow, I honestly like. That's kind of cool. I don't remember me finding any I don't remember my humor being this subpar. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What's going? Oh, this is a good drawing right here. Oh man, I'm not reading this.
I love reading through them because, like, half of them are quotes from, like, other shows and movies that I know we were watching when we were that age. Yes.
Oh, my God.
I remember my tendies. Oh, no, and then, like, I was watching through some of the older ones, and, like, you called. That was something we said all the time. And we say it...
Where's that from?
I don't know. I don't know. I still remember opening that card, too.
Lukey Day. Oh, I was a little bit self-aware. I put Lukey and then however you spelled it.
Gotta read the bottom.
And plaque it. God's remember to give back is 3 weeks or so. P.S. Make sure no other hobos are reading this. PPS, don't say it. Wow. That's kind of...
I think that's one of my favorite gifts I ever got from anyone at that age. I was like, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't...
The handwritten note and the stuffed animals, that was...
I wonder if I was actually this bad at spelling or if this was someone was doing intentionally. Like, who writes just with a G?
Do you think the Beanie Babies influenced who you are today?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, everything has influenced me.
Yeah.
I'd like to think so. I don't know. They're just like no one's ever used them as. I don't think anyone used them as we had. I thought that was kind of cool. Like saw something else in a stuffed animal. I think that's what really drove me to continue to make videos and continue to put them out. Is
seeing the whole process from start to finish, from you know, shooting out in a dinky little video camera to seeing it on a disc is pretty cool. I'd leave him a lot of places. I would leave him at stores, I'd leave him at people's houses, I'd leave him, you know, I left him in the woods one time and had to go back and get him because, you know, he was always there with me, and then I would have him under my shoulder and I realized, oh, he's gone, where did I leave him? And that was how I finally lost him. I went into a store. I still don't know to this day where I left him, but I just know that I went into a store, I set him down somewhere and realized he was gone. I came back and they said that they either might have thrown him away or they just don't know where he is. I would give up a lot to be able to have that original Beanie Baby back. Because he meant a lot to me. And I think me as a person now is everything that I put into Chip. So really in the end, I can thank Chip for sparking my love for filmmaking. He was my entire childhood, basically. You know, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have thought to have made a video for my grandma. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have, you know, had the creativity that I did. I wouldn't have gotten closer with my cousins like I did. You know, I took him everywhere. I took him everywhere I went. It is a shame that I don't have the original Chip anymore, but I think it really shows that, you know, the story of him lives on. You know, my entire family loved Chip. We all, you know, grew an appreciation for this silly little stuffed animal. This is a recreation that I did at one point. You know, he kind of represents, you know, when you're a child, you latch on to one little thing, and that little thing is your entire life. And toys are everything to a kid, and can really shape who they become when they're older. And I think Chip really did that for me with my appreciation for film and for video and for pictures, and, you know, remembering things through the use of this kind of medium. And really that's it. You know, Chip was really a big part of my life, and, you know, I think he always will be.
Where's Chip? Did Chip hang his stocking yet? Oh, Chip, how nice to see you and your hoodie. Hey, man.
And Chip, he's
Hope you all have a happy holidays. Thanks, man.
And Chip, he's your stocking.
Happy holidays.
For Chip and Chip Jr.
Chip Jr.'s off on a gambling trip, so I'm going to say it for him. Happy holidays, folks.